You know that the evil queen from Snow White is a broken Snow White. Hello, it's Yazil. Welcome to Honest Overthinking, the place where if you like to overthink fictional things, I'm gonna be your best friend. Currently, it's Snow White and how the storyline is a time loop, and how the evil queen was originally a Snow White is trying to stop her fate by getting rid of her child. So, if the evil queen was Snow White, what happened to make her the evil queen? I personally think that after her husband and her mother's death, with the responsibility of the kingdom and Snow White, she kind of snapped because she realized that she killed her mother. She knows her fate and she wants to break this time loop from happening again and again and again, which means she hires a hitman to get rid of Snow White. The evil queen really wants Snow White dead, so as proof, the huntsman needs to kill Snow White and bring her organs for the evil queen to eat. But instead of the huntsman getting Snow White's organs, he got another animal's organs. But before the evil queen finds out that they aren't Snow's, the huntsman runs away. So in the end, the evil queen has to step in and kill Snow White herself. The evil queen's mortal attempts. The first attempt was to sell Snow White a corset with the laces that were too tight, but it failed due to the dwarfs finding out how to loosen the laces. Second attempt was to sell Snow a poison comb, but that also failed from the dwarfs getting the comb out of her hair. Third attempt was to sell Snow White a poison apple, which was a success, because unlike the other two attempts, getting a piece of apple out of Snow's stomach is very unlikely for the dwarfs. Since the dwarfs couldn't get Snow White awake, they built her a glass coffin. Then Snow White slept for a few years in the coffin until the princess find her and wake her up. When the evil queen plan succeeded, she was overjoyed and had her big feast all to herself. A lot of food just for her. Because nobody in the kingdom wants to know that Snow is dead, all they know is that she is missing. When the evil queen found out that Snow was alive again through Snow's wedding invitations, she was absolutely furious. At the wedding, Snow White and her prince are enjoying their wedding. Everybody is happy for them. Then while everyone's busy with feasting, the evil queen comes. When Snow White sees the evil queen, she has a gift for her, because if it wasn't for her, Snow White wanted to be with the prince. The evil queen was surprised how Snow knew it was her, and now the evil queen is uneasy about this gift and being in the wedding in general. Snow White orders the knight to give the evil queen the gift, iron-looking ballerina shoes. Snow White wants her mother to try on the shoes, but the evil queen refuses. The prince orders the evil queen to put it on or else the evil queen will be kicked out of the kingdom. With the evil queen not having any power over Snow White or the prince at their kingdom, she puts the shoes on. Once the shoes are on, the evil queen starts to dance non-stop, and her feet sparks on fire. Snow White watches as her own mother dances until her body is ash as she eats her feast. Everybody at the feast thought Snow White's mother was stepping in as entertainment for the feast and didn't actually die. The evil queen was dead, and when everyone found out, they panicked. Snow was shocked, and the wedding celebration ended right there. The prince felt guilty about forcing Snow's mother to put on the shoes, but if he didn't, Snow wouldn't be bawling her eyes out now and had it cut the celebration short. A few weeks later after the wedding, Snow went to see the dwarfs to say hello and thank them for everything they have done. Snow White came back to her kingdom, and the prince found out about the dwarfs dying in a wildfire. Apparently, the dwarfs were sleeping in the beds, and while they were asleep, a tree caught on fire and destroyed the forest and home. While Snow is doing the dwarfs' funerals privately and mourning over them, the prince is helping Snow mourn her friends by eating the pie that Snow made for him. A few days later, the prince started to feel a bit ill, so the doctor makes him go to bed for a rest. The prince goes to bed to get rid of this illness but never wakes up. The doctor confirms that the prince is now dead, and Snow White is the leader of the kingdom. Snow isn't upset anymore, she is now furious. Everyone in her life is now dead, and she knows it's no accident. Even if she did not like a few of those people in her life, does not mean those people should die. She starts to think, who is still alive and has connections to all the people in her life? It's the huntsman. The huntsman's the only person alive who has connections with the evil queen and herself. But the dwarves and the king, less so, but he could still be hired to bump them off as the evil queen's final wish. That explanation for Snow White was good enough to get the huntsman captured. Now the huntsman is rotting in the dungeon, and he isn't going to be anywhere anytime soon. Snow White is now the queen of both kingdoms, due to the death of the evil queen and her husband. Snow White knows what happens to all of them, But before it's not to tell, the iron shoes, the wildfire, the pie, it was all her doing, and she doesn't feel bad. Now Snow White will share the same fate, waiting for her fate as well, knowing it's probably going to be her child who is going to be the one who will end her. All the while, the citizens silently know who killed the prince and Snow's mother, even if they don't say it. This is what I imagine the Snow White to look like. Snow White has black shoulder-length hair with poison-looking eyes and red lipstick. Her wedding dress is a mermaid dress. The layers of this mermaid dress, first layer being light pink, the second layer being dark gray, and the last one is white. Her dress has a dark red collar with some green flowers hanging off of it. On the top of her sleeves, there's a green detailing, and then on the bottom of the sleeves, there are some green poison drips. The third layer of the dress has light pink flowers. Then on the bottom of the third layer, before the dark red mermaid bit, there are actual light pink flowers. The background is blue with a shadow of Snow White. Very simple in contrast with a detailed wedding dress. Anyways, I hope you liked my character design for Snow White, and if you did not, I don't really care. Either way, I hope you have a good day. Bye!